Finally, the video you've all been waiting for. This is number plates. We have the answers from DVLA about the new regulations, so we're going to go through everything number plate related, and at the end we're going to do a full summary and we'll tell you everything that you've asked, everything that you wanted to know. If we've missed anything, put it in the comments afterwards and we'll see if we can come back to it. But hopefully we should be covering everything today that you asked about the new number plate regulations, what you can have. So what you've all been waiting for then, number plates. I've finally had a response from DVLA that has told me a bit about the new number plate regs. And what's happening at the moment is that you've got two types of number plate regulations running concurrently. So if you go and buy plates now, you can have them made, depending on who makes them, either at the old 145D standard or the new 145E standard. Okay, and you can display both of those on your car. From the 1st of September 2021, the only style that will be available will be the new 145E. Okay, so from 1st of September 2021, you will not be able to buy 145D British standard number plates. Now, what you want to know is, what's the difference? Well, what DVLA are telling us now is that there is nothing in either 145D or 145E that would make 4D or 3D plates not legal. So the new 145E, and this is what you've all been waiting for, 4D is still legal and gel plates are still legal for 145E. And until DVLA tell us any different on that, that is the stance, okay? That is what it is. Now, there is a little bit of a catch to that, in that the numbers and the letters have to be black, okay? You can't have any colours on it. You can't have like coloured outlines. You can't even have a clear outline around it. It has to be fully black. And the letters and numbers cannot be removable, so they can't come off, alright? So these ones here, I mean, these plates, they're not legal plates. They never were legal plates.
Oh wait, let me stop you. I've actually got a plate in my front windscreen, which I don't use as my registration plate, that has the example of the 4D backings in blue.
Okay.
So I'm going to grab that
now.
now.
Yeah, you go and get that. Yeah, I'll carry on, shall I? So these plates, these plates weren't legal. They never were legal. Okay. But we're going to show you different types of plates. Right, so this is an example. I don't know if you can see that, but this has got like a carbon effect. You can't have that. And it's also got blue around the outlines of the letters. You can hopefully see that. I'll show it towards the camera. You can't have that either. So you can't have any colours around the outside, and these letters have to be fully black. Alright. Now, to comply with the 145E as well, the backing has to comply with all the reflective things. So tinted plates like these, no, you can't have those. Alright, so let's move on to some other things about the number plates whilst we're here.
I think it's about time I got my little word in on these number plates, because it's all exciting hearing from a policeman what he's got to say in regards to the law. But what have I learnt in regards to being in the modified car scene, and more importantly, having had variants of all these different plates in my past videos, I guess. Obviously guys, the ones with the blue backing I never wanted to use initially as a number plate anyway. When I contacted Exclusive Registrations to actually get these ones made, they were given to me as a show plate for the windscreen. Now, I don't use these as my registration plate. I've got my actual legal number plate on the front of the car, and like I said, I reiterify, this was in the windscreen branding for my YouTube channel. Now guys, in regards to show plates, like Owen was saying earlier, these ones are only used at car meets. I use double-sided sticky tape, and these ones go over the top of my standard road legal plates. So, like I said before, I don't use these carbon fibre ones being smoked out as well, I do not use on the UK roads. Now, I know Owen has already gone into that in previous videos and on the video you're watching right now, but I just wanted to let you know that I have these ones for that reason. Although they no longer signify the actual name I have on YouTube, it's important to let you know that these aren't used for anything other than show plates, even though I don't even use them anymore. I just wanted to get my word in. Owen's going to continue, but leave it on to him. Owen, I think it's important that you actually mention what the difference is between these little texts at the bottom of the plates, because what I seem to think, from my understanding, not being a policeman, is that when you see a 4D or 3D plate, or a standard one for that matter, that doesn't have these little text things down here, I'm sure you've got the technical specifications for them, isn't that one of the main things that makes a plate legal or illegal?
Well, you've got the legal writing that is supposed to be on the bottom of the plate. So if you look at this here, you've got the people who made the plate, and you've also got BSAU 145D. And like I said at the start of the video, you've got 145D, and at the moment 145E, which is the new regulations. So to have your plate legal, you should be having the legal print on the bottom there, and the manufacturer that's making it should be putting that on there for you. Okay, and that means that it all complies with that BSAU mark that is on that bottom right hand corner on this plate. So yeah, 4D plate, it's got that BSAU mark. Alright, so that means that is a road legal plate, and it complies with all the reflectivity and everything that it needs to have for the 145D. Now, part of the new regulations, as we understand it, is about that backing, and the backing, or the actual plate itself, not the writing, but the actual plate itself is slightly different on the 145E regs, and that's why you have that transition period where the people that are making the plates for you, they have to get new equipment and stuff that is able to make that new style plates, and to give them time to do that, DVLA say, right, we run both sets of regulations concurrently whilst we're in that changeover period. But as from 1st of September, everything will be 145E. Now, what I haven't mentioned so far is the 3D plates. Now, if we're saying that the letters have to be all black, then that is going to cause a problem for 3D plates, isn't it? Because you can't have the different shades of grey and black. You have to have full black with no colours around them, no outlines or anything like that. You also can't have the logos down the side of the plate either. So other questions that we've had asked have been around the spacing of the letters and the numbers and the characters on the plate. Well, in order for them to comply, they have to be like this. So the new style plate has to have the 2 letters, the 2 numbers, then the space, and then the 3 letters. You can't alter that in any way. So I know you can go online, you can go on the DVLA website, and you can buy your registration plate that, you know, maybe spells your name or whatever you want it to say. But you can't mess around with that spacing. And the problem with that is that the ANPR won't read it properly. And I know we always go back to the ANPR, but it will misread sometimes if that spacing is different. Now, if we were to issue a ticket for that misspacing of the number plate, and it is a £100 fine for doing that, if we issue that ticket, we have to put in a report to DVLA. Now, if DVLA get 2 reports that the number plate is being misrepresented, then they can take that plate off of you. Now, you don't actually own the plate, you own the right to use the plate when you purchase it from DVLA, so they are within their rights to take that number plate away from you and stop you from using it. What we've also seen is that when they've taken that number plate away, in some cases they've actually reissued a Q plate on the car, so your car has gone onto a Q plate. Now, those of you that remember Q plates, and I remember it from years ago, it was something that you really didn't want on your car because it tended to devalue the cars quite a lot when it went onto a Q plate. And if your car is issued with a Q plate, you can never change that registration plate on it again. You are stuck with it for the life of the car. So just bear that in mind. If you are misspacing that number plate and misrepresenting it, that is potentially the consequences of it, is that you can get it taken away from you, or ultimately you could end up with a Q plate. So people have asked questions about short plates as well. If you've got a shorter registration plate, yeah, George, give us that short plate.
Oh, mate, so do my Hyundai.
Right, short plate, okay. Yes, you can shorten the number plate down a little bit, but there is a minimum gap that you have to have between the edge of the lettering and the edge of the plate. So to make it legal, just make sure that whoever's making that plate for you, make sure that you've got that minimum distance between the edge of the letters and the edge of the plate. Don't cut it down too far. Right, so I'm going to try and summarise now, and it's a lot of information and a lot of jargon, so I'm going to try and keep it really simple. Now, the numbers 145D and 145E, so they are 2 British standard numbers for number plates. 145D you can still buy at the moment, but from the 1st of September it will be 145E only. At the moment you can buy both 145D and 145E. and from the 1st of September you can only buy 145E. But if you've got 145D, which are number plates made up to the 1st of September, you can still use them. They're not going to be taken away, you can still use them, alright? Now what DVLA are telling us is that as far as they're concerned at the moment, the 3D gel plates and 4D plates are still okay for both 145D and 145E, so no one's going to take them away from you. You can still use them, and on the bottom of your number plate you will have a little BSAU mark there. This one says 145D, so from the 1st of September it will say 145E. Now the characters themselves have to be all black. There cannot be any colours around them, so no colours at all. It has to be solid black, which is going to be a problem for some of the 3D plates because you can't have greys and different tones on them. They have to be a solid black, and they can't be removable. Okay, so the letters or the characters can't be taken off of the plate. You can't have tinted plates. Okay, but that's always been the case. They've got to meet the standard of reflectivity, and that's for the 145D and the 145E. I think that's pretty much all I can tell you, and I hope that summarises it. I hope everybody understands it. So just before George takes over with his outro, if you want to see more content like this, then subscribe below and put your comments on. If there's anything that you think that we've missed with regards to number plates, stick it down on the comments and I'll see if I can answer it for you. But I'll let George do his outro.
Right guys, so I appreciate that this wasn't the most exciting video. Obviously talking about anything in regards to the law, especially number plates, isn't that riveting. But we've got loads of good news to finish off today's video. Obviously Owen has helped us out with the number plates. We've been waiting on those laws and regulations for a while anyway. But, you know, he's been using these. I do feel for him because a lot of them are stuck together anyway, which has made it incredibly difficult for him to actually get it done. But we have some good news. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, Maxim Design have now joined the GCM community, and they are going to be helping us out with some awesome content to come. So expect new side skirts, new front splitter, new rear spats, and a valance on the GCM ST wagon of choice. But guys, what Owen has actually allowed me to let you guys know, which he's more than welcome to deny off the back behind the camera here. Owen, and they might not be able to hear you, but you mentioned to me that you are not only keen to come to car shows, potentially even set up a stand with myself so that we can talk to people in person at some of the UK's most exciting events, but also you have said to me that you will get involved with driveway install mods. That makes me so happy. I am lacking in those on the channel. They have been asking me for ages to do some driveway installs, so companies get in touch because me and Owen are going to be doing bits. But yeah, me and Owen, home clothes, no police outfit, getting stuff done. We might even do live streams and answer your questions live on the YouTube video. But guys, I'm so excited to announce that is what's going to be happening. So if you're wondering what's happening on the channel going forward, of course we've got more police content, of course we've got more driveway stuff, and of course car shows, when we're allowed, will be coming in thick and strong. As much as Owen hates me saying that, that is the crack guys. Car shows coming soon. So thank you so much for watching today's video. Smash a like on the video if you haven't already. Of course, any questions in regards to number plates or simply just the channel in general, let me know in the comment section below. Consider subscribing if you're new, and we'll see you in the next video. Guys, thank you. Your support is amazing as ever. We love you. Bye.